Hey guys, Yuri back with you with another Ask Yuri. We're not talking really too much about the questions this week. We're talking more about bridging the gap, right? Bridging the gap between the answers to those questions, right? Those fitness and diet questions, and getting those results, right? So we're bridging the gap this week by focusing on what's in here, focusing on the mindset, the inner game. Now, we talked about beliefs, self-esteem, setting goals, motivation, and all that kind of stuff. Today I want to talk about something that's a little bit outside our mindset, but still very related. And that is the power of proximity, or the power of your environment. So, what does this mean? Basically, what this means is that you become your environment. Very simply, you become your environment. And you can look at any example in nature and really see this in reality. Look at the the concept of survival of the fittest is basically you become your environment. Survival of the fittest means that a given species will evolve, adapt to survive within its environment. And for instance, a chameleon, right? It can change its skin tone, or it has a natural skin tone that blends into its environment. This is an adaptation that basically allows it to avoid predators and capture its prey without being detected. This is an adaptation as a result of being in a certain environment. And if you look at any plant, any animal in the world, the same thing has happened. They've adapted and evolved in specific ways, very specific ways, to allow them to survive. And we are the same way. If you surround yourself in an environment of unhealthy smokers, alcoholics, most likely you are going to become like those people. Because one of the most powerful things as human beings that we do is known as modeling. We have this natural tendency to model what other people do. Think about when you're a kid, when you're a baby, right? If you look at the habits, the way, the wrinkles on your face, the facial expressions, the way you use your hands, the way you move your body, the way you walk, all of this is modeled after your parents, after your caregivers, after the people that you are spending the most time with at a very young age. Just walk down the street, and if you see, for instance, a father and son walking in front of you, they will have almost the exact same gait, the same way they move their body. It's incredible how powerful this concept of modeling is. When we're young, we're like sponges. We soak everything up and we try to be like our parents. They're our role models, right? We want to be like them. The thing is that as we grow older and as we surround ourselves with people, the same thing happens. In our teenage years, right, we tend to surround ourselves with peers, people we want to be like, the cool guys, the cool girls, the jocks, the nerds, whatever it is, right? We find ourselves in these cliques and we become like the group. Right? We kind of lose our individuality a little bit as we become more like the people we surround ourselves with. And that's why it's really, you hear your parents talk about this all the time, is, you want to surround yourself with the right friends in school, because, if they're smoking, most likely you're going to smoke. If they drink a lot, most likely you're going to start drinking as well. Unless you have a very, very, very solid foundation of self-esteem and, and all sorts of who you are as a person at that young age. But even still, we're very, very impressionable. So, let's just use the example. I've spoken with a number of my fitness colleagues, and time again, these guys, started off, for instance, maybe as skinny guys, wanted to get into bulking up, maybe bodybuilding, maybe fitness, fitness shows and stuff like that. The most important thing that they did to help them go from where they were to where they wanted to be was surround themselves with people who are already there, who have already traveled that distance, who have already done what they wanted to do, right? If you're a skinny guy and you want to put on 30 pounds of muscle mass, are you going to hang around other skinny guys? Doesn't make sense, does it? You're going to want to find these guys who are ripped, shredded, muscle-bound guys, and you're going to want to do what they do, think how they think, eat what they eat, train how they train, and you're going to want to follow them 24/7. You're going to want to live with them if you can. Because who you surround yourself with I mean, there's a saying, you know, in a couple years' time, you're most likely going to be a reflection of the 5 to 6 people you spend the most amount of time with. So you want to choose who you're spending time with very wisely. This is why mastermind groups are really important. This is why certain sports teams are more successful than others, right? Depending on the individuals within that team. If you have a very negative leadership within that team, if you have negative individuals and people who are always, you know, beating people down or breaking people down as opposed to building them up, you're going to have very different results. So, you know, there's a little bit of mindset to this in the sense that you have to make a decision, right? Again, talking about taking risks a little bit, getting out of your comfort zone. It's easy, it's very comfortable to spend time with people that are not doing as well as you are, or just on the same level as you are. But if you want to take your body and your health and your life to the next level, you have to get outside your comfort zone and seek out those individuals, whether it be a training partner, a fitness coach, a personal trainer, a life coach, whatever it is. That person is going to take you to the next level. And not just one person, but surround yourself with as many of those people as possible. Because when you start to spend more time with them, you're going to start to become like them. It's just the way it works. I mean, there's no way around it. We are very impressionable human beings. We want to be part of a tribe. We are pack animals. We are social beings. And to fit in, we become more like the tribe. Okay, so power of environment. My challenge to you is whatever the goal is that you determined, you know, a little while ago, seek out those people who have achieved that goal and spend more time with them. If your family is not supporting you, if your friends are not supporting you, if they're negative and holding you back, spend less time with them. Put them aside and start to look for people who are going to build you up and move you towards your goals. That is one of the most powerful things you can do starting today. And the second most powerful thing you can do is, you got it, stay tuned for July 27th. We are almost there. And I'm going to show you exactly why power of environment is very important on that date. So, until then, I'm Yuri Elkaim. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.